All right, we're gonna jump right into it. Kieran, you had successfully made your save against the giant crab trying to shake you off. As now, as it's raising up to its full height, about the size of a small cabin, you're standing on the back of its shell. Althyr and Atlas, I believe you two were flying around. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
And Lethos, what were you doing?
He was hiding behind like Methos was running around and Lethos was hiding. He was cloaked behind bushes or some sort of tree, whatever it was.
Well, the colossal crab had the spotlight at the very end of the last round, and before I turn it over to all of you, just for the people watching at home, we are using the Colossus fight rules from Daggerheart right now. These creatures have different segments that have their own abilities that you can attack. Killing certain segments might kill the entire creature, whereas killing others may just hamper it, remove an attack, restrict its mobility, that sort of thing. And we'll find out what those different segments do as we get into it. So I'll pass the spotlight back over to you all as this crab raises up out of the ground, either underneath or in front of you. Who would like to do what?
I think first Kieran's like, oh, I think we got one the size of a house. And he looks really excited right now. Like not at all afraid as he digs his bow in to like have like he's kind of using it now as like a handle to stay on top of this thing. I am going to then have him reach back and pull out his greatsword, and I'm gonna try to like hook myself on with like some of the like belts around my clothing, or maybe my backpack as well. I think what he'll do is he'll use his backpack to kind of hook himself onto this bow so he can use his greatsword two-handed and try to crash down into whatever part of this creature he's currently on.
I'll say you are standing on the shell at the moment.
All right. He'll try this first, and if it's too difficult, he'll run somewhere else. I remember how to play this game.
No, you don't.
That is going to be... I'm adding strength. So that is a 14. Do we do with hope when we're doing attack rolls?
Yes.
Like that's with hope.
Nice. 14 with hope is going to be able to do some damage.
Perfect. I'm excited for the double proficiency now on the weapon. That is going to be... I'm rolling like shit for damage, but 6. That's going to be 11 physical damage.
As you swing down and drive your greatsword into the shell, a small crack appears, spiderwebbing out underneath it.
Yeah.
While Kieran's doing this, Lethos, Althyr, Atlas.
Jump in, gang.
Lethos is... Oh, sorry, go.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say Lethos is really scared of this huge-ass thing, so he's going to, what is it called? Use his rogue hope, and he's going to spend 3 hope to then give him a +2 bonus to his evasion. So that's going to be nice. Hopefully I'm still untouchable. And then he's going to run out with Methos, like catching Methos's eye kind of thing, and just like both of them close in on, I guess, a leg or whatever's on the ground that he could reach.
Legs or claws. Or shell.
Let's go legs. Let's try and bring this thing down to get Kieran close to the ground.
Left legs or right legs?
Oh my gosh, options left.
Oh yeah. All right.
Left for Lethos.
There you
Okay.
go.
So we are going to roll. And that is a 12 with hope.
Yeah. A 12 is a little bit too low to crack through the stony shell that's guarding the softer, more vulnerable parts inside of this crab's legs. What does that look like
As it like ricochets off?
Yeah.
Essentially, he's coming in at one end, Methos is coming at the other, but I think Methos hasn't really realized what's happening, so he kind of gets in the way of it, and he's trying to not injure Methos, because if he takes damage, he goes away. So he's just like reaches, but just glazes right off of the crab's leg.
And then we're going to put the spotlight back on the crab, since that was a failed roll, and it is going to use its swatting at pests reaction to take one of its claws and sweep along the ground, trying to bat you away from it. Oh, that's not too good. Yeah, that's going to be a 6. So how do you avoid this crab attack?
I think it's just they're both swirling around this thing, and then they're finally just like catch each other's eye and like sync up, and then they both just like duck as it comes through.
Very nice.
Althyr will see the opportunity in his allies drawing its attention, and is going to draw out some magic into his blade. As he draws his cutlass, I will be using the Pact of the Wrathful Foundation. Marking a stress, I will imbue my blade with magic, and he will kind of swoop down and try to... You said it's 2 legs and 2 pincers?
Yeah, there's 3 legs on either side, the pincers, and then like a vestigial pair of legs at the back, more used for stabilization than anything else.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go for one of those pincers.
All right. Any particular one?
I'll go right. I'll go opposite Lethos. That way,
All right.
we're dividing its attention. Those
Right
crab
claw.
gotta
Smart.
D12s. The crit. That is 2 5s.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
okay.
maximize that damage and then roll.
Does that apply to all the dice I roll?
Yes.
So glad you said that. Because I'm gonna spend, let's say, 2 favor to... Why is that not typing? There we go. I'm going to spend 2 favor to add extra die to my attack roll, or my damage roll rather. And so that brings it up to, what is my sword? It's a D8, I think. So it's going to be 2d8 and 2d6 plus 1. Oh, and presence, so plus 4 actually. So 2d8, 2d6, and that's 16 plus 12 is 28, is the automatic max. And that's going to be 8 plus 6, so 34, 40, 45 plus 4 is 49.
Wow. Yeah, so tell me about this attack that you're making as you fly in and remove its right claw.
There's this buzzing that's like increasing in intensity as he's like soaring downwards at an incredible rate. Drawing out that sword, you hear the ring of steel, and then of magic as this green and black flame engulfs it. And he goes, "That's it. Keep them distracted," and just swings right through one slash, and just right at the base of the claw, flies off into the air. And he just soars right back up into the air where it can't reach him.
Which is what it's going to try to do, is it's going to use its spend a fear to use a swatting pests reaction to try and dunk you onto the ground with its other claw as it spins around. That I think is gonna hit. Where's its hit modifier? Yeah, +6. So that's going to be a 22 against your agility.
Not a damn thing I can do about that.
So here's my D8. So you all see Althyr fly in and just cleave one of this thing's claws off as it then continues spinning around as it was trying to hit you, Lethos, and clobber into Althyr. That is going to be it's going to be 24 points of physical damage to you, and you are like batted into the ground and skid a little bit.
Yeah, you just see him like half embedded in the earth. His wings are like at angles. The slightest I will use an armor slot to reduce that by 1, though.
Highly encouraged.
Yeah. I don't want to be nearly dead already.
All right, pass the spotlight back over to y'all.
I think Atlas is going to fly down, just basically stop flapping his wings and just hurtle towards the ground, fist extended, and try to slam onto the other pincer.
Go for it.
All right. That's a 16 with hope.
16 with hope is going to do it.
All right, perfect.
Roll some damage.
Oh, God. All right. So 8 and 6. All right. That's going to be 23 points of magic damage.
23 points of magic damage. Yeah, the claw is hanging on by a thread as you collide into it. You can see these cracks going around some of the joints in its armored carapace.
And he's just going to look over at Althyr, or actually, no, he's going to look over at Lethos and be like, "Good, break your chains," and you're going to get 4 hope.
Thank you.
That's from his prayer dice.
And where do you end up after this, Atlas?
I think he ends up just hovering right in front of its face. He's trying to draw its attention, trying to basically piss it off and be like, "Hey, yeah, he hurt you. He took out your claw, but I almost did the same, and I'm right here."
Good to know. At this, close distance, you gather that its eye stalks are probably a very vulnerable zone, but might be a bit more difficult to hit than anywhere else.
All right, noted.
You said this thing is like the size of a cabin? Is that what you said?
More or less. A small house.
Is it... We were walking on this thing, so would it be reasonable for me to think that I could run across it?
Absolutely, and that is a great question. They have rules for running around on the back of these things, and if you're not going in between segments, you can just do that. if you want to switch in between the segments that you're on, rolls may be necessary.
I'm on its back, and the back, there's just one part to it, so it would go straight to the head.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to make my way over to the head, but I think I'm going to try to attack its back again before heading that way. So I think Kieran he sees Althyr just get swatted into the ground, and his wings are like twitching, the like translucentness of it is like catching in the light, and he's just like, I think he just completely goes like paler, like a whole shade paler seeing that, and he gets really focused, a really determined look on his face, and he's going to go into his unstoppable mode.
Nice.
Which gives me a few fun things along the way. But I'm going to bring down my great sword again. That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the damage, better than last time. That's going to be 21 physical damage to this thing, and then he's going to start running, but try to pull his long bow out of the little crevice that he stuck it in as he runs towards where Atlas currently is.
Yeah, you bring your sword down on this thing, back of this thing's shell once more, and you can see it leaves a much bigger crack in it than you had made on your first attempt at hitting it. And it's feeling that, like, you actually got into the meat of it. You could feel like you reached some of the squishy part, and at that, it's going to, I'm going to spend a fear to have it try and shake you off, because it didn't like that. So the rest of you see this thing just like shaking from side to side, trying to throw Kieran off. If you could make a, let's see, make a strength reaction roll for me, please. So no hope, no fear on this.
I'm good at it though. That's an 8 with fear.
I'm gonna add an extra 3 from that for my prayer dice.
Oh, nice.
Even with the 11, it's still not quite enough to hang on. So you are flung off of its back, trying your best to hold on to it as you plummet to the ground and impact. Please mark one hit point from that.
Because I'm in unstoppable mode, I'm going to, I think Kieran at the last second kind of ducks and rolls onto the ground in a certain way that reduces that damage down to none.
Very nice.
Right next to Althyr, who's slowly getting up and shaking the dirt off himself. How the hell did you do that? Oh.
He's just like, you hear that he's out of breath because like the way he hit the ground just like knocked the wind out of him, but he tries to play it off. He's like, just lots of practice.
Well, maybe now it's time for something new. And Althyr's running back in. He's going to try to get in close and touch this thing with his magic. Please do well for me, dice. I need it. Oh, those aren't the right dice. That one isn't.
I hear rolling a d10 and a d8.
I was rolling a d12 and a d10.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's going to be a 17. Sorry, actually, you add your presence to this, right? To the attack
You
roll?
do.
Yeah. Sorry, so that's 20 with fear.
Very nice. Not that it matters for the hit calculation, because that hits, but what part are you going for as you run in?
I think I'm gonna grab its big, stupid-looking face.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to cast Siphon Essence on this bastard. Which, where's my other D20? Because I roll D20s for this attack. That is going to be... That's going to be 31.
Nice.
Wait, plus presence, and the one for that. That's actually 35.
Well, please explain what it looks like as you do 3 ticks of damage to this crab's face.
What?
Yes. So Althyr's like, time for something new, and just comes running straight at the crab. And by the time it notices him, he's already got his hands up and grabs hold of it. And you can just see all those veins going down his arms, his eyes going compound, his wings immediately straighten out as he pulls 3 hit points out of this thing and into his own body.
Incredible.
Kieran is just like, I think he was turning around and he was going to like try to like put himself in between Althyr and this crab, and then sees this happen and he's like, oh fuck, never mind.
Yeah, by the time he lets go, the crab's like stumbling back. Althyr kind of turns around very confidently, and as things are slowly fading from his body, you can see he's completely healed.
Well, as the crab stumbles back, I'm going to take that fear that I just got from your roll and spend it, and it is going to try and clamp you with its remaining big claw.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair.
That is plus, and that's going to be close, I think. I'm trying to find each one of these different segments has a different to hit. So it's going to be a 13.
Just and I specifically described running up. I could have used evasion if I was in the air.
Yeah, and as you're trying to put some distance between it, you feel, and then the rest of you see this one remaining claw swoop in and grab up your Fey companion, and it's just sort of waving you around in the air right now as you take, let's see, you are restrained, so you cannot move.
Okay.
You can still attack, and it'll be 22 points of physical damage, please.
Fucking
Shit,
hell.
this thing hits heavy every time.
Damn.
I need to get in there.
Well, I'm back up to 2 hit points and another armor slot. Nah. He's
Oh,
just being
no.
battered around. He's like, do I really have to do this to you again?
And I'm going to spend another fear to have it use its fling, as it is going to then throw you.
All right. Can I catch myself in the air with my wings?
You can. Normally, this would be a much bigger problem for people, but I will let you try and do that. So make a, what is it? Agility reaction roll, I think, is
All right.
appropriate.
Sounds right to me.
That'll be against a 13.
Cool. That is definitely not going to do it with a
You haven't?
4. Oh wait, hold on. That's a crit because it's 2 2s.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Hey!
So
Look at that.
yeah, so you're able to, I'll say, mark a stress. You don't take any physical damage. But yeah,
So lucky.
how close do you get to eating Cliff before you catch yourself?
I think he's still in the air, like he's still on the upward arc, but he's definitely, as he's like tumbling through the air, he's catching glimpses of the ground below him, and like it's like mountaintop, 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 suddenly nothing. and the panic sets in, and his wings just go out and like vibrate at an incredible rate, and he just slowly like just slows down his trajectory enough that he's now just kind of hovering over nothing. He's like, okay, that was close.
Good you had wings.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been death, probably.
Right. Pass the spotlight back over to you all now.
Is the only thing in melee just the legs right now, or did like the claw come down that I could try and hit that, or?
Yeah, the only thing that would be difficult to hit without being able to fly is the head. So you could hit the shell,
Okay.
the legs, the claw.
I'm gonna go for the claw, just because that's what flung my friend away. So I would like to run up with Lethos. So he's in melee, and I'm going to spend a hope, and we're going to do a rain of blades. So that is a 16 with hope.
A 16 will hit.
Perfect. So because Lethos is in melee range, I also get sneak attack.
Heck yeah.
So that is 10 plus 18.
Right. What does it look like as you remove the other claw?
He's just run up, like, again, they're both like, I want to say Naruto running, but not quite. But like, you know, when they run through the trees at the same pace, the same like, so they're both running up, and then he's just going to all of a sudden, a fan of spectral daggers is going to come around him, and he's just going to be like throwing these knives at it until it just sushi chops all the way up his arm until the claw
Nice.
falls off.
Yeah, and
Cool.
the second claw falls to the ground.
He just like takes a step back and looks disgusted at it, like, ugh, it smells.
The giant crab can no longer try and throw you all off the mountain. Well done.
Well done, team. Well done.
I think Atlas is going to look at Lethos and just be like, your turn. Are you ready for the Eye Ripper 3000?
What?
You gotta shout it out.
Eye Ripper 3000!
I Ripper 3000.
And then with that, he
Yeah.
just grabs you around the waist, and I will spend 3 hope to do a team attack.
Nice.
So we are going
So
to target the eyes,
Okay,
if that's all right with you.
sure.
Perfect. And I think we both roll.
I think that's how that works.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to use 2 extra hope to do Giant Strength and Iron Grip because he's going to try to grab the eye stalks.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend another hope to do Rain of Blades.
Page 97. I don't remember how these work.
I hope you
I got
rolled
a
well,
22.
Oh, okay, I got 11.
Okay, so we're probably
But it
going
was
to
with
do the
hope.
22.
Yeah.
Was that with hope or with fear?
That was with
hope.
hope.
With hope. So you each gain a hope?
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Man.
All right, and I will immediately spend that hope to boost the damage a little bit and cause it to be vulnerable.
All right. Whew. Nasty.
I like that.
Yeah.
Might be shorter than I thought.
Ooh, 29 magic damage.
Man.
Damn.
Yeah, that's enough for 3 ticks of damage. What does this look like? It doesn't kill it, but
Yep.
it's not very happy.
He's basically grabbing the eye stalks and squeezing them and trying to make like the blood basically stay in them to make it easier for Lethos to hit.
Yeah, you squeeze all of the juice into one end of the toothpaste tube.
Oh, I love that. All right, Lethos, your turn.
Okay, so do I roll again or I just roll my damage?
Just roll your damage.
Okay. And because Atlas is there, I get sneak attack.
And it's vulnerable.
Oh, I have something for vulnerable, don't I? An extra D8 of damage.
Nice.
Yeah, 30 damage.
Damn.
Yeah, you very, very safely render one of its eyes completely useless as it's like stomping around. You can see the stubs of where its claws were trying to swat towards its face, but it doesn't really have any good options on that.
I like this thing that you and Kieran keep doing. Involve me more.
Right when you yell out the name, it makes it so much better.
But because
Sure.
you are in front of it, grabbing its eyes, which are a little bit far apart, only Atlas here could manage to grab both of them at the same time. It is going to try and bite you with its mouth, with its mandibles. It'll probably be less effective than it could be. Where is it? Um, 13, does a 15 beat your evasion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Be 10 points of physical damage to you.
Oh, okay. I'll just use an armor slot and reduce
Yeah.
it to 0.
As this crab attempts to gnaw on you, but
Oh, that tickles.
As I understand it, the conditions remain until it does something to remove them, right?
yes.
Um,
The vulnerable.
Yes.
Is that what you're asking about?
Yeah.
Does that have a duration listed? On
No.
That's okay.
I think Kieran's going to see that they kind of are in this thing's face. Does it still have all of its legs?
It does still have all of its legs.
I'm going to go for whichever leg is closest to wherever Lethos is getting, or was it Atlas that was getting snapped at with the mouth?
Yes.
He's like, this tickles.
Whatever area they're in, whatever leg's closest is where Kieran is gonna go and make an attack. He puts his bow where his greatsword was on his back, and he's gonna run in there and take a big swing.
Go for it.
And you said he was vulnerable right now?
Yes.
And I just got a crit
Nice.
and max
Nice.
damage on the
Oh my gosh, amazing.
yeah, so that's a 26 to hit.
Woo! Yeah. For sure.
All right, let me see. Max damage. So it's gonna be 4, that, and 20. It doesn't add the bonus, right? Like the plus to my weapon, just the die.
Correct. You don't double that.
Okay. So 24, 20. So 30 is my before I roll damage. And 37. Yeah, 37.
Nice. You completely remove one of the legs on its left side, just right through it.
He's gonna back up. And where is Althyr right now?
Slowly making his way back in the sky.
But while you're backing up, I'm going to spend a fear for it to use its collapse reaction that it can use whenever one of its legs is destroyed.
That makes total sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so please make for me a agility reaction roll.
I got 2 10s on that again. So
Ooh.
21.
Nice. Yeah, you are able to duck out of the way as it tries to, as it gets thrown off balance and slams its torso or shell onto the ground. Underneath it would have been a bad place to be, but you weren't there.
All of this dust just like gets kicked up into his hair, and I think he braced himself, thinking that he was going to get collapsed on, and he opens his eyes as nothing happens, and he's like, "That was lucky." He's gonna go running around to the other side and try to do the same thing next time.
All right.
Is it weird that I wanted to get a lot of damage done?
I get that.
Well.
I get that. Absolutely.
Is this thing at an angle now? Like, would Lethos have like slid off its back as it fell, or because
Would
he's
you
just
like to?
standing there? Yes, I would. I think
Then
that'd
you
be
can
fun.
do that. But because it missed, it failed the roll. I get to gain a fear. So that's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'll pass the spotlight back over to you all then, as you slide off the top of it.
That's it. I'm gonna slide off the top
Okay.
of it because Althyr hasn't gone in a bit, so let him go first. He's just flying.
I think Althyr, despite the fact that he's pretty squishy and keeps getting damaged by this thing, he's also very proud and angry. And so he finally makes his way back as I think as Kieran is circling around the other set of legs. He just kind of flies up beside him. He's like, "All right, I saw it buckle when you did that to the other side. Do it again, and I'll get my sword right up under its mouth."
On it. He's like, he like kind of picks up his pace a bit.
And I'm spending, is it 3 hope to do a
It is.
team attack?
3 hope to do a tag team attack.
Right. Yeah, I spend those.
That's 14 with fear.
14 with fear. Thanks.
I'm using one of my class features to re-roll it because I didn't like it.
Fair enough.
Actually, hold on. With the plus...
You also have advantage that you could use.
Oh, that's right, because he's vulnerable. Hold on. I might not do that then. Advantage is a d6. Let's throw that in there. Okay, then that makes it 17.
17. With hope or with fear?
With hope.
17 with hope. So I presume you'd like to resolve the 17 with hope rather than the 14 with fear?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, that will hit the other legs. Roll that damage and add it together.
Oh shit, I haven't been using my greatsword feature that allows me to roll an additional damage die.
Well,
Could have been
start doing
getting
that.
better damage.
I'm gonna spend 2 of those again. And mark another stress. So I'm a very stressed out boy right now. But
That is 26 damage from Kieran. And I have one more round of my unstoppable before I drop out of it.
it's going to be 17 damage for me.
Okay, yeah. So that's well more than enough to do 3 ticks of damage to these legs as you remove one of them on the other side.
Do I need to make a roll?
It's hasn't gotten entirely back up yet from last time.
Fair.
But on this assault, I'm going to spend some fear to give this crab some actions as it's getting a little bit desperate now. So as the dust from it collapsing starts to settle and you remove another one of its legs, it scrambles a little bit unsteadily, props itself partially up on its remaining legs, not having a lot of options to try and attack you. But one thing about land crab legs is that they're pretty sharp. So it is going to try and stomp on you, but with spears.
Never had that kind before.
All right, so
The heels are pretty close, though.
yeah. The business end of a stiletto. All right. First one's going for Althyr. That is going to be 18.
Nothing I can do about that.
All right. The stomp.
How close are you to me?
Pretty close.
I'm gonna mark a stress to take that damage instead.
Okay. So the stomp is going to be. Dang, really? Okay. That's gonna be 22 physical damage from the first one.
Which I can reduce in my unstoppable. I can reduce by my strength modifier, so that's 20. Sorry, how many did you say?
22.
22, so 19. Which brings it down a thing for me. Or no, it was already in there. I'm gonna reduce that by 3. And then I'm also going to reduce the physical damage threshold by 1 with my unstoppable. And take that for you instead, Althyr.
Yeah, well, as a reaction to that, I'm going to make a spellcast roll against the target. Because no one stomps on Kieran but me. And I'm going to mark a favor to roll that again because I didn't like it. And that is going to be wait, it's still vulnerable, so I shouldn't have done that. That's fine. It's too late. I've done it. That's 21.
Against the legs?
Yeah.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be. Just need to. Sorry, these features are worded complexly, so I have to like reread it 9 times. Mark, no success. Mark a stress. I did that. Deal them d6 with my proficiency. So that is going to be another 12 magic damage as it stomps down on Kieran. He absorbs the blow, and Althyr immediately is just like, "Don't you fucking touch him!" And all these like dark, twisty vines kind of come out of his fingers and just wrap around the leg and start crunching at the shell.
Which is enough for another point of damage, but it's not enough to relieve it of another one of its legs.
Yeah, I think when it stomped down on Kieran, you just hear it hit his blade, like just he's holding his blade flat to like catch most of the impact, and then he kind of just turns his sword, and he like gets on the ground in order for him to like pull himself back up quickly, and then he just kind of like aims it back at the crab. And I also had my Guardian subclass feature, which allows me to reduce my damage again if I spend an armor slot. So I took nothing from that.
Wow.
Incredible. Atlas, Lethos, what are y'all up to while this melee is happening around its legs?
I think Atlas, while he's being kind of chewed on a little bit, is going to try to grab the mandibles and like pull them apart. So I'm gonna use a prayer dice. He's gonna actually send up a prayer to his god and give himself the hope for it. So he'll get 2 hope, which he will immediately use for giant strength and iron grip. We're gonna hope that I get hope. I did not. That's fine. I got a 14 with fear to attack.
14, yeah. Unfortunately, the mandibles are just a little bit too slippery for you to be able to get a good grip on, and since that's
all right.
With fear, I'll take the spotlight, and the legs just keep raining down on the two of you, down on the ground. Let's see. Althyr, you just tried to do something to it, so it's going to react to that and try and stomp down on you again. Ooh, 11 against your evasion.
Sorry, Althyr. Yes, that's going to miss me completely.
Nice. So how does Althyr dodge out of the way of this?
He just literally does like a barrel roll mid-air and just shifts himself to the side and then completely flies up and out of its reach, kind of hovering over his allies.
Well, I'm going to spend another fear to try again. Kieran, you're still on the ground. That's probably not going to hit anybody either. 12 doesn't hit Kieran's evasion, does it?
Yes, it does. He's not very fast. He's just able to take a hit.
So that'll be 14 points of physical damage. Low roll from the crab.
Yeah, I'm going. I still have one more round of unstoppable, so I'm going to reduce physical damage.
What does that look like?
Again, he kind of pulled himself up with his sword, and he, as he aims it at him, I think he sees like this thing coming at him again. He's like, "Holy shit, he's quick!" And he's going to do the exact same thing, and just kind of like kneel and brace himself against the impact. You catching it with his sword in his hand. And yeah, that's what he does.
All right, we'll pass the spotlight back over to the players.
Lethos, as he's kind of going down the back of this, as it's like falling, he's just going to unleash his like mint spectral daggers, and he's like sliding down backwards while staring at its back and just like pew 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 pew. So,
are you going for the shell?
Yes. I'm going to use my feature called Fearless, so I'm going to mark 2 stress so I can turn that fear into a hope, and that will be a 13.
13, yeah. Most of these mint daggers just ricochet.
You did?
Okay. The majority of them ricochet off the stone.
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, 14's the number to beat, so
okay,
it's going to hit with advantage.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes. Okay. So we will roll this, and it's still vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have advantage.
Which means I get an extra D8. And everyone's within its range for melee, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, 14, 15, 25.
25, nice.
Yep. Pew, pew, pew.
So then, tell me what it looks like as you shatter this thing's protective carapace.
As he's going down, like I said, it's kind of like taking little like hits, chipping away at it until finally one of it just kind of like hits like a chisel in just the right spot, and it just peels away and slides off its back.
Perfect for harvesting afterwards.
Yes.
And now all of this thing's like squishy parts are exposed and much easier to hit, especially its head.
Disgusting.
Wow.
But that was with hope, so we'll keep the spotlight on you, the players.
Atlas, what are you doing?
I mean, with part of its stuff that's exposed, he's probably just like,
do you
slam it down. I don't have hope though. I would love to do a team attack if anybody.
Do you want to do a super spiral, death spiral of doom?
Hell yeah, I do. Throw in a little bit of skull crusher brain stomper in there, and we got a deal.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna spend 3 hope then to initiate a team attack.
Incredible.
Hell yeah. I got a 22 with hope.
I got a 12, but a crit.
Ooh.
Ooh. No.
Let's process the 12.
Uh-huh. All right, let's do this. So 30 is my base, and I just gotta roll an extra. Oh wait, 31 is my base now because I went up for my unstoppable this round. And I rolled a 10 on my damage die. So that is 41 damage as Kieran just like he lifts up his arms and he's like, I don't want to be down here anymore, and he calls out their team attack name.
So let's just get the damage total. That is, so start thinking about how you want to describe killing this thing, but I would like to know exactly by how much overkill we do it.
Oh, God. Okay. You want my damage too?
Yes, please.
Okay. So minimum's 34. Plus an extra 23. 57?
Nice. So that's
Oh,
over
wait.
100 damage, I think. Just
I'm
barely.
an idiot. I should be rolling 2d10 for my damage.
It's definitely over 100 damage.
Oh, God.
That is, yeah, that's 47 physical from Kieran.
Yeah. 47 plus more than 53. How would Atlas and Kieran like to do this?
I think Atlas would basically just take like where Lethos like peeled off a layer, he's just gonna dig his fingers in and open it up more, like grab with his gauntlets and just pull it open and pull it down, so Kieran has a better swing.
Yeah, and Kieran like winds all the way up and into like just digging his greatsword into this creature, and I think he then just like pulls just to make sure. And if possible, I think it'd be cool if he's like up there doing that, and he's pulling down. I think he wants to pull it down in a way that he's just kind of like ends up moving it so that he's like gently putting his feet on the ground afterwards and just pulls out his sword.
Absolutely. Yeah. The writhing and thrashing of the crab ceases and silence returns to the mountain as the dust from it collapsing earlier is still settling, and it teeters on its legs for a second and falls down, putting another cloud back up into the air. Reading chat was a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see some smaller crabs like scurrying off away from this melee. Nothing much larger than about the size of your fist.
I think Kieran's just like shucking all of the gunk that's like on his weapons off of it now and kind of doing a scan to see how everyone else is doing. Are we good?
Still haven't been damaged.
Same.
Althyr's still showing signs of those like black veins all over. He's just kind of hovering there, kind of breathing heavily, holding his sword tightly in one hand. Yeah, I'm fine.
And is that the first? Okay, I know Atlas saw that before. Is that the first time that Kieran would be seeing this?
I think so.
This is two.
You said he's like up in the air still?
Yeah, just hovering like just overhead.
Are you sure? You don't look so good.
Well, just reorganizing some of my internal organs at the moment, but I'll be fine.
don't you come down here?
Let's have a look at you.
Yeah, he slings his blade to like just cast stuff off of it, sheathes it, and very slowly comes down to the ground. He lands quite gently.
Kieran's gonna kind of like, he moves closer and is kind of like just inspecting to see just the extent of where the veins were, and kind of looking at where they're like kind of drawing back into, like if there was like a source, like is it protruding from his neck and creeping up, or is it like
it seems to be coming out from the torso and slowly fading back in.
I think he's going to just very unceremoniously, without thinking, he grabs like Althyr's chin sort of, and he goes like turns your neck upward. What is all that?
Well, it's hard to explain.
Lets you go.
It's sort of like you've killed lots of things, you know, the veins that carry blood throughout the body.
Yes, I know about veins.
Well, this is sort of like that, except it's temporary, it's magical.
Is it harmful?
Not to me. Probably the only thing that kept me alive there.
Oh, so no problem then.
Exactly.
Well, slight problem. He tends to get a little bit more vengeful when those veins are out.
That's
But
actually
luckily, his
contrary.
target is dead.
It's actually that I bring them out because I'm vengeful.
I guess that makes sense. There have definitely been times in battle when I could definitely feel myself straining a bit more to put in more effort. Is that what you mean?
Yes, essentially. Magic is a force of will. It responds to my intense desires. And, well, much like when the creature struck at you, Kieran, or when it struck at me, my intense desire was to strike it back.
I didn't know you cared so much.
Well, that's just foolish.
I mean, the man did buy you a nice sword.
I suppose not all of my friends do that. And he's just gonna kind of tilt his head at Lethos a little bit.
Lethos is just like looking off, like, Lethos, come here, like ignoring you completely.
Insight check.
I mean, you've read Lethos every single time. You know he is very obviously lying.
Well, I guess we make a good team then.
I agree. You're a brave fool for taking hits from me, but I appreciate it.
He kind of just actually, yeah, he has like half his shirt ripped off. I totally forgot about that.
The sleeve.
Damn.
He kind of just like exposes his chest where that thing tried to like stomp on him, and he goes, "It did nothing."
Well, perhaps I should let you take all my hits for me then.
I wouldn't mind.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, I mean, I'm okay. I'm here too, but that's cool.
We could take hits together.
Are you saying
That's
you want
what
to
you
take hits from me as well, Atlas?
I'll take hits for any of you. He's completely oblivious. That joke has gone right over his head.
That was a hell of a team attack there. It worked out exactly how I thought it was gonna look.
Exactly. They always do. I don't understand why more people don't do it this way. Wars could be won by this.
Maybe we should bring it up to the king.
Perhaps.
Maybe we
I mean,
should
even
bring-
Lethos. You and I, we're a good team attack.
Did you see what I did to that shell though? That was all me. I'm not saying I'm a big deal, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Sure, yeah, but tell me the truth. When you yelled out the name, it made you feel powerful.
It made me feel powerful.
I knew it. I knew it.
Strong doubt face coming from Althyr right now.
Especially because Lethos didn't scream it out. He was like, the words I
Damn
guess.
it. That was good enough.
Kieran is gonna look at the work that Lethos did on the shell, and he goes, maybe you do have a bit of a knack for this sort of thing, Maybe you're not as much of a city kid as you thought you were.
I'd still like to think I'm a city kid. I'll do this if I have to, but thanks.
I quite agree. I'd rather use my blade against people who seem to fall after one stab.
He looks down. He's like, fuck.
Honestly, you both impressed me. Hey, Althyr, you taking those hits and getting right back up? I hit it where it's due.
That's pretty fucking impressive.
Well, yes, I appreciate that. I've had my share of hard knocks, but I'm glad that now I have the ability to siphon life force back into my own body.
Honestly, even just taking the hits, a king's advisor getting smashed in the face by a crab? That's pretty impressive. And Lethos just dodging out of the way, like, both of you put me to shame.
Well, I
That's
wouldn't
all
go
you
that far.
for. Yeah.
You did just smash that thing to pieces.
You were
Oh,
right
no,
in
no.
its face.
That was Kieran. I was just there.
Great. We all love each other. I love that we're having this love fest. Like, question though.
Oh, we're doing a love fest now.
I believe the term was later.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
What?
But honestly, later. Anyways, how are we carrying this thing back?
Oh,
Well, what
well,
do
I
you do?
have a
hmm.
DM question about that. Was it just like the top piece of the shell that came off of it, or is it like completely out of the shell?
It was just the top.
Okay, so it's still
Split in
kind of
half
connected
and
to
fell.
all the legs and everything else.
I mean, the top is removed, but there is like still shell on the bottom and shell on the claws and the legs.
And was it just the shell pieces that we needed for this?
That's
what we're
all
asked for.
that she was interested in.
Gather up as much as we can. I
Suppose
could cut some more off if we need.
I can
could
break it
empty
apart
out.
with my gauntlets.
Unless would it be hard to pull this out? Is this is it stuck in there? Or would we
Well,
be
my
able to-
pillow game's pretty strong, so.
Yeah.
Like it's not like the back is fully removed. No difficulty in moving that around other than it being heavy.
Fair enough.
It's like half of the wall of a house, but made of stone.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be very helpful for carrying much of it, but I can maybe carry a couple of portions of leg.
I mean, I can drag some behind me. I do have rope that we can tie it up. We could use the back as almost a sled, pile up a bunch of other parts in there, and then me and Kieran could pull it behind us.
Like that idea.
I can
Yeah,
give you
that makes
Methos
sense
if
to
you
me.
need to.
Perfect. Let's take a little bit of time. We'll get rid of some of the meat. We'll probably take some of it back, I assume. I'm sure they would like having some extra food, but
I'm sure this would
otherwise-
make like an amazing soup or something.
right? Like a good crab chowder.
Yeah.
Well, we would be increasing the weight you're dragging by quite a bit.
And me and Kieran are very strong.
Very well. I won't stand in your way.
We're dying by the end of it.
Yeah, but we're not
Oh,
showing
God.
it. Yeah.
I'm sure
There's
there's
three of
other
you pulling it.
complications too, because you're like dragging it down a mountain,
Yeah.
so it keeps
So it
slamming
does-
into the back of your legs.
We'll just
More like-
slide.
Yeah, it's more going to be like you're letting it slide down the mountain, and you're probably going to have to be above it, not letting it slide the way it wants to.
Yeah.
Does Methos have a like strength score applied to them, or
It
Okay.
just says I can move or carry things.
all right?
It just is things.
Is
Yeah.
this
Like,
things?
would it carry
All right,
everything?
so one
Like-
ton things, you can carry them.
I'll say just for fun, we'll count this. Like you don't need to take hope or fear into this, but Atlas and Kieran roll some strength based roll something for being strong.
All right, I'm gonna use one last hope to use giant strength on this.
If it starts to get difficult, could I also like how much are we taking? I want to know if
That's
I
the
can
question.
apply. I think
As much as possible.
we're
Yep.
doing as much as possible. It's probably going to be difficult, and Kieran wants to push through this because he made a big show about the fact that him and Atlas can do this on our own. So could I apply my won't back down?
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a hope to do that. Strength.
21 with hope.
Ooh.
20 with hope.
Nice. Yeah. So you're able to, if you want, will be able to get the entire back shell and I'll say an entire claw without too much struggle. You'd be able to successfully get that down the spire.
Hell yeah.
Kieran also has rope, so if we wanted to like really be secure about this, I think both Atlas and Kieran have some rope, and maybe we've kind of doubled it so that we could have like Methos in the middle of us, like pulling on both of the ropes. And Kieran, in true oblivious fashion to the little displays he puts on for Lethos and Althyr, he has it wrapped around his waist, and there are certain points as they're going down where he's kind of like casually leaned back like this, and you can see that there's like a sweat building up on his chest as he's going down this mountain.
At that moment, a very well-timed breeze comes by and just
I feel like Atlas is the one tying the ropes, and he's surprisingly very deft with his fingers.
Mm.
And this whole time, Althyr and Lethos are just sitting with their legs crossed, passing a flask back and forth, watching them.
Enjoying the show.
They're like sitting on the back end of the crab shell, just
Yup.
watching.
Anytime Kieran has some like little show, Lethos is just like, we're eating well tonight. And then like if Kieran looks, he's just like, the crab. Like
And yeah, where is your intent to head with these crab parts? Back to Duskwatch Outpost first, or straight into one of the settlement where you met the Zen, the lapidarian of Highbrush?
Atlas, how are you doing over there? Good to push through for a bit longer.
Oh, sure. If we want to go right to the source, that's fine with me.
You reckon it'll probably take a couple of days hauling this thing through the woods to get back to Highbrush?
Do we have any other business in the outpost, or is it just
I don't think
Just
so.
a
We just-
proper
No.
place to sleep in?
Yeah.
If you wanted to like unload some of the, if you wanted to like unload the
Or the
claw and
meat.
some of the meat in it before it went bad,
That's a good point. We
Uh,
can
that's true.
or-
Get some more
Yeah.
handfuls of cash.
We could stop off there. It would probably not even add that much extra time because we'd drop the weight of all the extra meat.
Mhm.
Get maybe a bag of some gold.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
I would say, yeah, you're able to make it back to Duskwatch Outpost around mid-afternoon with all this crab in tow, gathering quite a lot of attention. It looks like, not every day somebody takes down one of the big ones. And if you were interested in acquiring a wagon to put this in, so you're not dragging on the ground, you'd be able to do that here.
What
I'd
would
say
it
that.
cost to hire a wagon as opposed to like purchasing?
Oh, to hire a wagon, I would say, to hire it, I would say 2 handfuls, and you'd be able to sell this leg for. If you wanted to sell the claw that you got, you could get 2 bags for that, easy.
That's not a bad idea then. Get
Pretty
2
good
bags,
trade, yeah.
Yeah.
and
Do that.
Just 2 handfuls to get a ride.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what's the evening that you spend in Duskwatch Outpost like? He asked trepidatiously, knowing his players.
And all the things we say behind the scenes.
I mean, we've said some stuff.
Some things you say
front of
in the
scene.
I'm gonna fix up my armor for sure while we're kind of hanging out here for the evening. But I think normally Kieran is a little bit uncertain about getting too much alcohol in him when they're on the job, but he's like, nah, we kind of earned that. That was a good fight. So I think he has a couple of ale as well after they get paid.
Yeah. And interestingly, one of the best places to sell an entire giant crab claw would be a tavern. And the special on the menu tonight is, surprisingly enough, crab. And it's a big feast cooked up, and everybody in this tavern dining on the freshly caught giant mountain crab. Gathering a little bit of attention yourselves as well, being it's like, and the people who brought down the Colossus are here with us tonight as well. People, interested in being regaled with tales of the fight, if you're willing to tell them.
After 2 drinks, Kieran is putting on swinging displays of Atlas and his whirlwind attack. And he's like pulling Atlas into this whole charade that he's putting on to retell the story.
Love it. I think Atlas is actually going to have a drink.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it
Alcoholic drink?
anniversaries?
Yes, an alcoholic drink, and he does not know how to handle it. His entire, because he's only wearing like a light robe, it's like barely covering him anyways. His entire body goes flush when he has this drink. He's very, very weak to alcohol.
I think Lethos is kind of like in their tail, just like cheering them on and being like, yeah, you should have seen that. Like, oh, it was beautiful. Like, really helping to emphasize their storytelling, because they can like acted out, but I don't know how well they are at saying the story part of it or leaving parts out. So he's going to help with that.
I think Kieran's like, Lethos, get in here, show him what Lethos did with Atlas.
Yeah, he'll send him in. He'll mime whatever he did. But Lethos, I think, is just sitting there like smiling and just content with like what Kieran said about like, hey, you could, not be a city kid. And he's like, maybe I am an adventurer. Maybe I am good. Like he's kind of like proud of himself and not sure how to handle that. So he's just kind of sitting there quietly.
And if it helps Lethos's thought process on that at all, at some point in the evening, once this tale has gotten around and people are coming by, like people are tripping over themselves to buy you all drinks.
I am drinking those drinks. I am flirting for more.
And it's working.
What's Althyr doing?
I think Althyr is just content to have some drinks and enjoy what's happening in front of him. He's pretty worn out. It's rare that he takes a battering like that. So he's just happy that everyone else is enjoying themselves. But I don't know how far, if there's more you guys want to talk about, like shenanigans in the tavern. Certainly before they retire, he will pull Atlas aside. Just be like, Atlas, I don't want to be rude or presumptuous or anything, but before we settle in for the night, would you mind touching me?
Sure. In what way?
Sure, but what? That's second.
Like you did after that thing attacked me. But...
I can try. He doesn't have enough hope. I can certainly try. Sure. What part is ailing you?
Well, like I said, he kind of like, he opens up his shirt and you can see like he's black all the way down his chest.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I think my ribs are broken and some of my organs might not be where they used to be.
You want me to rearrange your organs?
If you wouldn't mind.
I'll do what I can. I don't have the hope, but he is a very good masseuse with his giant strength and iron grip.
I don't know those are the things you want to apply to broken ribs, but...
Well, you gotta reset them, right?
You work with what you have.
When no magic happens, he's just like, oh, okay, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice, but... I just have so many things I need to see to tonight, and was hoping you could take one of them off my plate for me.
Oh. I'm sorry I wasn't able to help as much as I wanted to.
It's alright. The fact that you were willing... Wait, did you say yes before you knew what I meant?
Regardless, I'm very sorry I wasn't able to help as much as I wanted to.
Very well, Atlas. You're a good man, and he smacks him on the tit. And...
You gotta do the other one though. Get it up their tit count.
Even it up.
Bad luck. To that. You can't do that on the first one. I guess this wasn't the first one, was it?
Mm-mm.
No.
We're in the 5th episode now. You gotta double their tit count.
Yeah, you gotta double tap the titties.
But, I'm very tired and smack the other one. I'll head off to, I guess he'll stress.
Yeah,
And
I need to fix my stress too. Which I mean, having a good time in the tavern's probably a good way to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just for fun, since that was a big enemy and y'all have been doing a lot of adventuring, let's get a level. Let's gain a level. Why not?
Hell yeah.
Let's
Didn't expect
take
that.
it up to level 3. And if you want to take some time, it's almost time to go on break. If you want to go on break, take some time to look over that. We can level up and give our thoughts on Daggerheart when we come back. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for. I don't know why I'm not doing the outro. We're not done yet. Stay put. Hydrate. Go get water, but don't leave. We'll be back soon. Welcome back. I hope that you are all able to top off your Crabmato based cocktails. All right. Before we jump back into the story, or jump back into closing out the story, we leveled up. Why don't you tell the people what you picked and what it does? We'll start. Lethos, you're next to me on the overlay. Let's start with you.
Awesome. I did my stats. I boosted. Yay! Now I can actually use my glowing rings effectively. I've bumped up my agility, and then I figured we'd bump up his presence because he's charming, and I want him to be more charming. And then for my domain, I took Tell No Lies. So make a spellcasting roll against a target within very close range. On a success, they can't lie to you while they remain within close range, but they are not compelled to speak. If you ask them a question and they refuse to answer, they must mark a stress, and the effect will end. The target is typically unaware the spell ends, and typically unaware the spell has been cast on them until they utter the truth, which I thought was really fun for a guy that wants to know all your secrets.
That is pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Shanks, what'd you pick?
Yeah, so I took the invisibility spell from the Grace Domain. This is my first spell from the Grace Domain. I've been pulling everything from Dread so far. But at this level, both Grace Domain spells looked awesome. So basically, make a spell casting roll, and then on a success, I can be invisible and be undetectable other than magic means. Attacks against me are disadvantage, and I get to do up to 3 actions because I have 3 presents before my invisibility runs out. So,
Nice.
pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. The other one was essentially Daggerheart's version of Hypnotic Pattern, which is also awesome, but I don't know. I picked invisibility. We're sticking with it. But then for my other choices, I increased my evasion because Althyr's sick of getting pummeled. And I took another hit point because Althyr is sick of getting pummeled.
Valid.
For Kieran, since I already upped his strength last time we leveled up, I couldn't do it again this time. So instead, I took an additional hit point slot because I like to use those. Kind of aiming to be the last line of defense if my armor does ever just get cut to shit. And then because we've been getting just surprise attacked a lot with the whole ritual thing and now the crab thing, I gave him the experience of quick thinking that I'll get to add a +2 to if I end up in that situation again. And then from the domain cards, I took Scramble, which is once per rest. When a creature within melee range would deal damage to you, you can avoid the attack safely and move out of melee range of the enemy. So I figured give Kieran some options to save all of those armor slots and HP for when he's not in melee distance of his companions and being their shield.
Very nice. And what's new for Atlas?
Yeah, so I increased my experiences because he's been using the giant strength and the iron grip a lot in multiple different situations. So we increased that. We did a boost to his agility and his instinct. And then for the domain cards, we did second wind. It was a lot of for Seraph, I think level 3 is a lot of like buff kind of spells. So once per rest, when you succeed on an attack against an adversary, you can clear 3 stress or a hit point. On a success with hope, you can also do that for an ally within close range of you. So pretty handy.
Nice.
Especially with like the stress and things like that Althyr constantly takes on. I figured it would be a handy thing to like be able to take away from him so we could do it more.
That's awesome. Because yeah, Althyr's taking on so much stress, guys.
Yeah, you like all of your abilities are stress based. I'm like, okay, I gotta stop that a little bit.
All right. Well, with the level up under our belt, we zoom back into the tavern where you had feasted on crab and gotten a good night's sleep and as many drinks as you could possibly want without having to pay for them. I believe some of you told me that you had some things you wanted to narrate before we concluded.
Yeah, what were the sleeping arrangements the same as last time?
I assume.
Yeah. Then yeah, Kieran, you wake up to Althyr kind of standing in the middle of the room, pointed, like looking at you, completely naked. And you can see like some of those like black veins that were around his body are kind of, they seem like woven around his torso a little bit. They haven't dissipated at all. They seem to be like more permanently settled, and he's kind of like touching it and looking at it, and it's hard to the touch. Kieran, does this look normal to you?
I think Kieran woke up and then he like kind of re-woke up with a start, like just kind of like sat straight up in bed. I think this time he actually took like the little like pieces of armor that he has just kind of haphazardly off this time, so that he was like more comfortable. He was probably pretty drunk last night and was just like, this is not comfortable sort of situation. And he kind of just is sitting looking at Althyr, and he goes, that none of that looks normal to me. Are you okay? Does it hurt?
No, actually, it feels incredible.
Without thinking, Kieran's gonna get up because he said it was hard to the touch and that it feels incredible.
Okay.
So
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you there because he's already stepping towards the bed. And he's like, "Here, touch."
Okay, then he's like, he has his legs over the edge of the bed by the time you close the distance. And he will, like, without thinking, just feel. Does it feel strange? Like, it doesn't feel like flesh?
Yeah, like it's like inch wide bands kind of going around his torso, and
Does it look insect like?
it looks and feels a little chitinous.
Althyr, I think he says this while he still has his hand like on you, and he goes, "Were you born without all of this?" And he like gestures to the torso, and then I think he also glances at your wings.
Well, yes, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, yeah, elves don't typically look like me.
wasn't sure if you were fully elf.
I've been told we have some fae in our ancestry somewhere.
And it doesn't seem to be harming you. Are you eventually going to be something completely different?
No, I don't think so. In fact, this feels like an answer to how I felt last night.
Which
And I know
was-
you were all sort of praising me for taking the hits and everything, but I don't know, I once upon a time was accustomed to being too fast to be hit and too sturdy to be knocked down, too quick with my blade to actually be struck at all. So I think I maybe drew on some more of my patron's power and made myself a little bit more resilient.
You can see that there's still a little bit of concern in Kieran's face, and I think at this point you think that probably will never go away as long as this continues to develop in such a way. But I think there's also just like a flicker of perhaps he's impressed. And he goes, You're a very curious man, you know that?
In every sense of the word, yes.
Do you really think that we're all pretty well suited to working with each other?
Well, I may be a bit biased having put together this team, but I would be lying if I didn't say that you've all impressed me every step of the way.
I've been thinking about something since we've been out here. Wasn't really ever my intent to be on the King's Guard, you know, it's just better than being out on the field again after everything. And I don't know if the king is so willing. Do you think that maybe there's some sort of role where I could keep working alongside you?
There's the slightest twinge of red on his cheek before he just forms a devious smirk and he goes, Kieran, are you saying you want to spend more time with me?
He scoffs, but he's also like blushing.
By the time he scoffs, Althyr rotates in place and falls into him and sits across his lap. So you want to be my protector forever?
He is doing that thing where he's just he's rolling his eyes and he's scoffing and he goes, well, I just mean it's been kind of fun again to wield the sword. Oh no, I don't like that face you're making.
Yeah, Althyr's shooting his shot. He's going for it. You know what else is fun to wield? And he'll reach for it. And
And join the Discord if you want to learn what happens next.
Is there a wisdom saving throw I can do?
Yeah, you can roll. What is it? Instinct, if you want, I guess,
Oh,
or
good, I'm decent with
presence or instinct. I'm not sure what you're rolling against.
that. Myself.
Okay.
He rolled pretty poorly on that. I think Althyr gets under his skin at a moment of feeling vulnerable. Or not vulnerable, but like open. And yeah, you can join the Discord for the smut that will ensue after.
So yeah, that's their morning before they go out to meet everyone else. They're late to breakfast.
Lethos and Atlas up to anything?
I think Lethos is just like lying in bed, like his hands behind like his head, just like staring at Atlas sometimes, and then like looking away. And he's like staring at him, and he's looking away. He's just like, I think he got to me. I think I'm gonna give this law shit a chance. Be a good person. Not too good. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna lie to you and
Lethos.
everyone else. But
You're a good person.
well, I wouldn't go that far. But you know,
No, I would. Deep
We'll see.
down, whatever you do is, while it can be for yourself, it is for good.
I just have a different way of going about things. I think people don't agree with all the time, but
It's a different way, it doesn't mean it's the wrong way.
perfect. Can I get that in writing?
No, absolutely not.
We'll see about that. But Althyr said if I could turn my life around, maybe he'd have a job for me one day. So I'm considering
Honestly,
it.
I don't even think you need to turn your life around. I think you are doing good as you are, as a person. You are... I don't know much about what you do.
That's the point.
I think that is the point, and I think overall, if I were to trust anyone to do whatever it takes to get the good ending, as it were, it would be you.
I will always ensure you get a good ending, Atlas.
Happy one even.
Are you
I'm...
blushing?
Yes, I've had 2 drinks, and despite my frame, that is more than enough to get me inebriated, I think is the term.
Mm-hmm. You should do it more. You're fun.
Fun? Am I not fun otherwise?
You're fun.
Don't answer that. I know I'm rigid in certain ways.
I haven't seen that yet, but
Shut up, Shanks. I saw that face.
You're gonna throw a word like rigid out here in this moment.
yeah, right. Did you see what they did next door?
Oh God! Oh, something's happening over there. No.
Anyways, get some
I
sleep. You're drunk.
I will try to let loose a little bit more often.
Perfect.
Good night.
Yeah, we'll see. Good night.
Enjoy the non-smell of rotting meat.
Honestly, it's still stuck on my clothes. I don't think I'll ever
I'm
rid
so
myself of
sorry.
that.
Honestly, it's stuck in mine as well. I made a mistake.
You did.
Are they staying in the same room that the meat was in?
And do they
It's
have
still
the crab
lingering.
shell in there, and does it smell bad?
We do not have the crab shell in there. And I hope we're in a different room where at least that they clean their rooms. after use.
This session's going to be called Friends with Crabs.
Oh my God, no!
Perfect.
Crabmato.
That's it.
Crabmato? I'm totally gonna call it that.
I love that me and Shanks both took a drink right at that point.
Well, the night passes, and then the following morning, and Kieran and Althyr are notably late to breakfast. You can do with that information what you will. And then it's a little bit past, let me see. I lost track of the number of days, but by the time you get back to the Whitefire Arcanist, it will have been slightly more than a week. Not two, maybe an extra day or two tops. Anything to do on the way other than drop the shell with Zen in Highbrush?
Did we get bejazzled as a result?
Oh yeah,
I want my nails done.
And does that improve our evasion?
It doesn't improve your evasion, but if you would like to get your nails did, that is certainly something Zen is happy to try out. It's a little bit difficult for her working on species with such thin nails. But, you know, she's able to do pretty much whatever you want to. And
Describe
in-
the nails.
I don't have the vocabulary for that.
They're
If you-
stilettos and they're black obsidian
There
and
you
they're
go.
like been polished so much that they like just reflect. So he can kind of catch his appearance in them if he looks close enough.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
love that.
And she does offer you, she's just agog with how much of this material you have brought back, and is simply offering to make whatever you all want out of it at no cost to you in gratitude. But it will take some time for her to do. You'll have to come back for it at some point in the future. But if you would like some stone crab armor or weapons or anything like that.
Could you get like special like arrowheads? Because I have no use for armor, but could there be some sort of crab shell arrows for his new bow?
Oh, absolutely. I think she could certainly whip something like that up pretty quickly.
Nice.
I wouldn't mind having crab shell tipped claws to my gauntlets.
Yeah, scratch a bitch.
Ow!
when Atlas is feeling catty.
Yep, exactly.
Just making some notes here on what I need to make stat blocks for the next
Crab
installment.
shell bracers.
All right, Megan, you want anything made out of crab?
A blade of some sort. I'll get back to you
All right.
probably.
Quotes for David that I'm gonna put in the Jeopardy thing.
Yeah. Anything to do in Highbrush while we're here? Anybody you want to talk to? Anything you want to see, or shall we head on?
I think just like regular stocking up on supplies, but also we had a wagon and we left that at the Whitefire Arcanist, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anything then that I need to pick up here.
Then, free of any bulky cargo for the first time in a while, you head on back towards the Whitefire Arcanist to pick up the keystone that is keeping the city's defenses online, or at least it will be when it gets reinstalled in front of the main gate, or atop the main gate, rather. The Whitefire Arcanist is quite pleased to report that the stone did not become sentient, although there was a minute there where she thought maybe something was going to develop. And you are able to get the wagon loaded up with these experiences under your belt as you trundle through the deep cut roads in the Sablewood back towards the city that you call home, which you've been away from for about 9 days by the time you get back. Is there anything anybody would like to reflect on or narrate or interactions you would like to have on that journey?
Lethos is riding in the carriage the entire time, probably just chilling like he was as they came in. Just relaxed. Probably has his arm over the keystone just to make sure it's okay. Make himself feel like he's actually helping this time.
And notably different from the ride out. On the ride back, you can feel there's almost like a electricity in the air surrounding it.
Althyr sitting across, like sort of kitty cornered to Lethos. He's kind of just staring out the window, occasionally sipping from his flask. And at a moment where Atlas isn't particularly hanging out right outside the window or anything, he just kind of very quietly says, "So I slept with Kieran, by the way."
Would I have heard it? Would this be a Raylan situation?
No, I think they're discreet.
Perfect. Good for you.
It was good for me.
I didn't realize he... Interesting.
Yeah.
So the later thing? Yeah, I was just going to say, you think he'll still be into that?
I think we can get him into it.
I mean, 2 Lethos is better than 1, so...
I'm still yet to see what you can do with that.
Tonight? Wine?
Wine, Methos, Lethos, Kieran.
Kieran.
And we forget that we invited Atlas over later.
I love the way you think. You're such a brilliant man.
I do have my moments. Perfect ending scene.
That's it. Always end on Shanks unhinged.
I feel like Atlas is just like, I don't know if they even like me really. Like,
But they did invite me over. I guess I'll...
yeah, I guess I team building activities. I don't know. Those
That's
are
exactly
important, right?
what it is.
There is one thing that Kieran would want to say to Atlas, since he tends to be his hangout buddy while he's driving the wagon, just walking alongside. Very, very Leaf-esque. Like, you know, you could sit down.
Yeah, I know.
And
he's just kind of, I think Kieran's a little bit, he seems a little bit more at ease now that their actual mission is done and that they're actually bringing back this important piece to protect the kingdom that they were just kind of hoping, you know, nothing bad happened in their absence. And he looks over at Atlas and goes, you know, your words the other day really helped me get over some stuff. I spent a lot of time feeling pretty bad about not being there for my wife and my daughter, and I think I was letting that hold me back. You're a really good guy.
I just like to help people realize that it's not all their fault.
Are you one of those people who does that but then feels like they're at fault for everything, or are you pretty level-headed about it?
We don't need to talk about that part.
That's what I figured. I think whatever happened with your people, you should know that I think that you have new people now.
I think you can see it, like, it's almost like a physical blow against Atlas's, like, honestly, like, right against his chest. You almost see him take a step, like he falters a little bit. New people. My people.
Yeah.
I think I like that.
Me too. You should stick around more.
I will. I promise.
Now, I think they're relaxing back there. You know what I think would be pretty funny? If we had a bit of a race and maybe the wagon gets jostled around a little bit in the process.
Oh, absolutely. We can call it like the Wagonator 3000 something.
He yells that out immediately, like almost as you say something. He yells that out and just goes, yeah. And scene.
Yeah, I think freeze framing on one of the two in the back being jostled out of the seat is a great place to conclude this mini campaign, I guess, if you want to call it a sampler of Daggerheart.
So fun.
It was good.
But these characters aren't gone. This is not the end of Daggerheart on this channel. We'll be doing it again anytime one of the other main dungeon masters needs a break.